You know, it's um, because I'll tell you this, because I'll tell you this, it's very important. It's very important that you choose to let go and choose to live life fully. Choose to live life fully. I think, a lot of us really, when I'm doing these audios and stuff, just know that I'm talking to myself, obviously. And, while I'm doing this, I'm speaking from personal experience. Um, because like in our lives, we always feel like that there's always something missing. And it's easy to do that, especially nowadays when it comes to the rapid increasing use of technology, social media, just technology in general. Um, and like and like it's been like this for years, but I think in the later years it's been increasingly bad. And like I said, I'm talking from personal experience. I can't say that like, oh no, like I do the same thing too. I use technology the same way. Sometimes, a lot of times in not so useful ways, that's not benefiting or is not really doing anything. But forget about all that. Just due to like the rapid and you guys can probably hear a movie in the background. My parents watching a movie. Um, with that being said, there's the cat. And with that being said, with that being said, all right, I'm sorry, guys. I'm back to what I was saying. Uh, like as it pertains to like living fully, and it pertains to like actually wanting to let go of certain ideals and everything else, because a lot of us, we still hang on to things and everything else about our lives that have us reacting to certain things, and that a lot of times we we do a lot of reacting more than just observing and realizing the actual truth of what is, and like taking reality for what it is a lot of times and being real with that. And it's like and it's like and it's like we always gotta be present. And I say this a lot, but like it's very important that we always be present, because there's always gonna be something that's always gonna try to take us off presence and all that other jazz. And it's real. It's really real. Um, you know, because a lot of things don't really matter, and you really gotta take heed of that. I was watching something earlier about I was watching this dude. I was listening to this dude called Greg Pitt. I think he's a bodybuilder, very muscular. He's very aggressive. And he was talking about, and this is true, because like that's just works in all areas in life. It will always be about who you are. It doesn't matter if anybody's watching, or it doesn't matter if you're in solitude. It will always be about who you are. It will always be, because like, it's not about potential. It's not about potential. It's not about how much talent a person has or the qualifications or whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. Your perseverance, how much your heart beats, how much every single time you get knocked down, you get back up. It doesn't matter what it is, you know, like, you pay attention to the little details, you pay attention to the small things. You know, it's that right there that really defines your legacy in this world. All of us want to build a legacy. All of us do. All of us want to build a life where we can say that we're proud of. All of us want to have a life where we can say we're proud of. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what the life looks like. A lot of people think that in order for them to have a proud life, they need to have the money, they need to have all these things and everything else in order for them to be like, you know what, I'm proud, you know. But a lot of times it's not. It's about the legacy. It's about what you're trying to give to your name. A lot of times, if you're just doing it for a paycheck, you're not gonna get very far. It will always be about who you are, especially when no one's watching. It will always be about who you are. How authentic you are, how everything. And like I said, each of us lives is different. You know, like, at least for me, at least for moi, I really enjoy the simple life. I really enjoy it. I enjoy, a simple workout, go to work, get off work, cook, like all these things, like these simple things, And I think some of us do like the simple life and everything else when times used to be so simpler and shit like that. Then what's stopping you? What's stopping you from living that simple life? Oh, based off the shit that we consume, based off the shit that we're fed, based off the things that we quote unquote have to do, just based off, the increase in prices and everything else. We look at a lot of these things and we tell ourselves that we can't live the life that we truly want to live. That our lives have to look like something or for it to mean something. And it's not nobody else telling us. It's not nobody else telling you that. It's you telling yourself that. Yeah, people might put ideas, people might react to you, and people might do all, but ultimately, wholeheartedly, you determine all that. You determine all that, and I mean it. And it's all about what life you truly want to live, especially in this present moment. Because this present moment is the only thing that exists. I already told you that. And like, ain't nothing in the world gonna fucking tell you what your life should look like. Nobody can. People might have opinions and everything else, but everybody's doing shit based off their life experiences, their perceptions, how people treated them, and blah, blah, blah. It's a never-ending cycle. It's a never-ending cycle, and you being aware of it, you have to break the fucking cycle. And you will break the cycle, because you're not going to let yourself not break the fucking cycle. after coming across a conversation like this, or coming across conversations that you usually come across and everything else, if you're resonating with this and everything else, you're not going to let yourself live in an inauthentic life. Living an inauthentic life will fucking piss you the fuck off. You know, matter of life and death, you have to live an authentic life. It's not even about whether life or death you have to get this amount of money, or whether life and death you have to do this or you have to do that. That's bullshit. You have to live the life the way you want to fucking live it. And sometimes that's easier said than done, especially when, you know, we still consume these things and we still question ourselves about what the fuck our life should look like. But the only person that can decide that is you. When it's getting to the point, and yeah, you know, I told you, like, I was listening to some Greg Pitt. He says, this was on the discussion on if you're on the right path. It says that bro, like, you know, it says, like, when you're on the right path, to know, if you find value in the small things, you're on the right path. If you find value in the small things that you do. You know, the small things that you do holds a lot of value. And this is why I tell you, don't worry about if people are watching you or not and everything else. If you're worried about other people watching you and everything else, you're already lost. If part of your goal is about other people, you're already lost. To show somebody something, you're already lost. Might as well hang up the boots. We all got our selfish goals, and yeah, keep those selfish goals. Keep those selfish goals because that's what makes you happy. That's what makes you fulfilled. That's what fucking you want to make sure that you pick something that you fucking wake up every day excited for. You wake up every single fucking day. Not no fucking person, not no nothing can take away this fucking shine. And yeah, it can take multiple things. It can take multiple things. Sure. Multiple fucking things. But that's who you are. You're meant to try different shit and everything else and find your lane. This is your movie. This is your movie. You know, you want to make your movie as the most exciting thing possible, the most fun movie as possible. You get to do that. You know what I'm saying? This was a short one, so fuck it. Peace.